It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. I hope you guys are all enjoying your holiday season. We are nearly halfway through the month. I don't know about you guys, I haven't even started my shopping yet. The holiday season, it's one of my favorite times of the year. It's the only time of year that I get to move the oak tree from the backyard into the living room. You decorate your oak tree with nice, colorful lights. Always be sure you're in compliance, though. Do not leave any colors out. You don't want to offend anyone. After all, the holiday season's all about inclusion. Every night before bed, we pray to the oak tree, asking for its guidance and infinite wisdom. Those damn oak trees, they never cease to amaze me with their intelligence. There is no other god like an oak tree. Last year, during the holidays, I was debating whether or not I should quit my job to pursue YouTube full time. One night, I'm sitting in my living room, drinking my woke eggnog. I decided I'm going to ask my oak tree what I should do. I get down on my knees, I bow my head, and I ask Bart, that's the name of my personal oak tree, my object of worship. I said, Bart, please give me a sign. Am I making the right decision by quitting my job of 7 years? Lo and behold, Bart dropped an acorn on top of my head. On this day, a nut is born. That was all the guidance that I needed. Now, never mind the fact the fucker had already dropped about 100 acorns on my floor that day. We like to call that woke sex. The tree literally busted a nut. But that was the only sign I needed to know that I was making the right decision. Now, you may be checking the date on this video right now. Is this guy out of his mind? It's June. Christmas isn't until December. Nope, I am lucid, never felt better as a matter of fact. You normal people, you might celebrate Christmas in December, but this month, we celebrate the real Christmas, woke Christmas. The month of June has been transformed into a 30-day celebration of freaks and weirdos. And ooh, have the celebrations already begun. June provides a double header for worshipers of the almighty oak tree. June 23rd, 1972, Congress signed Title IX into law, otherwise known as the Woke Bill of Rights. Title IX is being twisted and conformed. It's being used to ensure that all men who hate their penis can participate in women's sports. We all know the poster boy for Title IX, or poster girl, post-it. The one and only Leah Thomas. Oh, doesn't Leah look sexy in that bikini? Where's my cucumber? Woke Christmas celebrations have been taking place all month. Us normal people, we take one day each year to celebrate Christmas. We don't have 4 weeks to waste. We have jobs, responsibilities, busy lives. Social justice warriors, they don't have any of those things. They have the luxury of taking an entire month and turning it into a celebration of weirdness. Nancy Armour wrote some nice bullshit in USA Today this morning. You guys remember Nancy Armour? We talked about her during March Madness. She was one of the many journalists who were trying to convince us that women's basketball was better than men's basketball. Today, she's trying to convince us that the WNBA and NWSL have impacted the rights of women in the workforce. She claims through their collective bargaining agreements, the ladies of the WNBA, the NWSL, represent progress for equal pay. The only progress these women represent is the progress of woke welfare, collecting money you haven't earned. The truth of the matter is, both the WNBA and NWSL are charities. The participants are no different than the people in line at the food bank every morning. These people wake up every day, head out and collect free food. Participants in the WNBA, they wake up every morning and collect free money. Money they haven't earned. Money given to them by sympathetic donors who don't want to be labeled misogynist or racist. Nancy Armour claims the substantial unearned pay raises given to players in the NWSL and the WNBA will reshape how the average woman is paid in the marketplace. Funny thing is, she doesn't explain how, because she can't. When player salaries increase in the NFL or the NBA, do you see a difference in your paycheck? Since 1990, the average NBA salaries increased by almost 90%. Average salary in 1990, 900 grand a year. Today, 8.5 million. Average household income in 1990, 54,000 a year. Today, 67,000. Increase of about 19%. But when you adjust for inflation, the average American is making significantly less money today than they were 30 years ago. So someone please explain to me how participants in the WNBA are helping the average woman in the workforce make more money. The answer is they're not. This is more propaganda and bullshit from USA Today. And mother of fuck, the propaganda did not stop there. Nancy Armour claims both the WNBA and the NWSL are experiencing unprecedented growth. Television ratings for the WNBA are on the rise. The NWSL is seeing huge growth in attendance. I'm not going to sit here and explain again how shitty television ratings are in the WNBA. I have beaten that mule to death the last few weeks. The NWSL, they have seen a rise in attendance thanks to Angel City FC, the new team in Los Angeles. But that's only because of the curiosity factor, which is already starting to wear off. They are seeing attendance declines in LA with every game. And if you took out those numbers, NWSL attendance is flat year over year, no growth at all. So, we have Title IX celebrations taking place, but no celebration tops the number one priority of woke Christmas. No holiday takes precedence over the ultimate woke holiday. I'm talking, of course, about the Pride, the gay Pride Month. If you don't feel comfortable participating in Pride celebrations, I got some bad news for you. The celebration is not optional. Your participation is mandatory. If your religion prohibits you from endorsing the gay, tough shit. If you're not interested in celebrating because you don't identify as a letter of the alphabet, tough shit. Both the WNBA and NWSL moved their gear shifter into woke overdrive in preparation for their busy Pride Month. The WNBA, they sent out a press release earlier this month outlining their schedule for Woke Christmas. June 26th, the league will have a float in the New York City Pride Parade. I wonder if the turnout will be the same as their championship parade last year in Chicago. You guys remember that extravaganza, right? City officials in Chicago, they counted more rats in attendance than actual people. There were more people on the fucking floats than catching shit in the crowd. A couple of homeless people showed up hoping to catch dinner. Instead, the only thing they caught was the woke flu, formerly known as the COVID. It wouldn't officially be Woke Christmas without a display from the so-called biological women of the NWSL. Check out this beauty. Our joy is an act of resistance. Whatever the fuck that means. The NWSL, it's celebrating Pride Month by spreading their love of butt bongo to any and everyone. All people are included in butt bongo. We don't discriminate. That's interesting. Speaking of resistance, there was a young woman in the NWSL who did resist. When practitioners of butt bongo need to get someone in the mood, they do so by saying one simple word. Inclusion. Oh, inclusion. Woke boner word alert. Let me show you my love by practicing the art of inclusion. Even though attendance at butt bongo celebrations is mandatory, they constantly say that everyone's included. Unless, of course, you're a member of the Tampa Bay Rays. They're not included. They're homophobic. They use the word Jesus. They don't understand the ecstasy of having sex with a non-binary broom. You're also not included if you're Jaelene Daniels, formerly known as Jaelene Hinkle. Poor Jaelene. She just doesn't get it. She broke so many woke commandments. She had to resign from the U.S. national team and the NWSL. The first woke commandment she broke, she married a man. That is blasphemy. How dare a beautiful woman marry a toxic man? How does she expect to have children? Men and women can't have children together. 2. Jaelene refused to endorse the gay. Several years ago, her dreams came true when she was invited to play on the U.S. national team. She quickly realized, instead of representing America, she was being asked to taste the rainbow. Watch for yourself, courtesy of CBN. If the clip is removed, they didn't approve the copyright. Roll the film.
I'm being invited to play the game I love for my country. There's an emblem of the U.S. flag on your chest. Like, that's huge.
Then, days before the event, it was announced that the team jersey was designed to honor the LGBT community. Jaelene again turned to God.
I just felt so convicted in my spirit that it wasn't my job to wear this jersey. And I gave myself 3 days to just seek and pray and determine what he was asking me to do in this situation.
In the face of opposition and social media backlash, Jaelene withdrew from the games.
For 2 or 3 years, Jaelene Daniels was ostracized from the NWSL. Check out this tweet from 2019 from Ashlyn Harris, perhaps formerly known as Alan. Who fucking knows? I can't keep up with the constantly changing names and genders of these people. Alan claims the NWSL is all about inclusion. Unless, of course, you don't fall into 100% compliance. Alan says Jaelene wouldn't fit into their pack. She's absolutely right. Jaelene orders tall salad at Ruby Tuesdays. Alan and the ladies of the NWSL have a different version. Late last year, it was announced Jaelene Daniels would be rejoining the Carolina Courage in the NWSL. The league, all about diversity and inclusion, reacted to this news with so much disdain and hatred, the team had to put out a fucking statement. I mean, what could be more diverse than a Christian woman in a league full of women pretending to be men? Isn't that the definition of diversity? The Carolina Courage, they released a statement apologizing to the shitfucks. Why? What the hell are you apologizing for? Well, KC, the people who identify as letters were offended that we signed a player who loves Jesus. We must atone for our sins. Fuck those people. Maybe, just maybe, if the NWSL was filled with women like Jaelene Daniels, people would actually watch. I've said it before. Women's sports, they're going to have a hard time succeeding with the on-field or on-court product alone. If the WNBA and NWSL want to be successful, you need to promote women that the average woman can relate to and the average man wants to fantasize about. The average man, he's not fantasizing about Megan fucking Rapinoe. Children maybe do once a year when going on an Easter egg hunt. Megan Rapinoe is one of the more popular eggs every year for Easter. But the average man or woman can't relate to her. They can relate to Jaelene Daniels. But the NWSL doesn't promote her. Hell, they fucking hide her. They're afraid to promote her because the identifiers will be offended. This is the reason the WNBA and NWSL are a dump. Both leagues are full of players 95% of the country doesn't understand. We celebrate Christmas in December, not June. We don't shove our sexuality in people's faces and demand compliance. But let me know what you think. Woke Christmas celebrations in the WNBA and NWSL. Nancy Armour at USA Today claiming these women are actually changing the pay scale for the average woman. Did any of you know about Jaelene Daniels before I brought it up to you? My guess is no. Let me know. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys later.